So yeah, a lot of stuff happened this week in regards to just Black Lives Matter issues and things like that.
Hey, yeah. Hey, baby, gon' fuck with a G. Won't give a F like we. No, I said he get to the cheese, but I don't like rice. Keep away, please. Thinking I'm blessed, make a way for the sneeze. Young ass nigga, but I say I'm OG, but I keep it low key. I ain't all up in the mix with you niggas. See, sweet ain't this, I ain't pay for no switch. Backwoods, put a couple G's and I twist it. Shit, on go, but I'm playing on Tesla. I ain't slowing down, you better catch up. We just had to do it.
The first thing that I can remember that happened this week was Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 counts, which
I was nervous as hell about, boy.
Once you knew that it was after 2 days of deliberation from the jury, it was kind of like,
yeah. I don't even think it was 2 days because they did closing arguments on a Thursday, and we had the weekend. Saturday. They gave us the verdict, or Friday afternoon, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they weren't going long, and even still, man, I just have my doubts.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's normal. I mean, we've seen so many of these guys get
off, and this, it was pretty egregious, right? Pretty plain, and it was pretty apparent that the city of Minneapolis decided that Derek Chauvin wasn't worth it because of the amount of evidence and witnesses that they produced. Mm-hmm. The police chief, the medical examiner, the lung experts, like
the damn video itself.
Yeah.
Said, oh, please.
So they definitely cut him loose, but we've seen a lot of egregious stuff already. Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, a fucking 12-year-old, Adam Toledo, right? So it's not just.
I think at this point,
you can't trust the shock.
Yeah, at this point, it's normal for a black person to be like, yeah, but he can still get out somehow. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate that black people have to feel that way, but
yeah,
it's a very real thing
for sure. And I'm glad that we got the verdict. That was just, the what should happen when you kill someone on your job.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Not just kill someone on your job, but also go as far as to ignore your duty to that person while you're on the job.
Absolutely.
No life-saving measures taken. Just no
regard for
regard to the life that's in your custody at the time. No protocol. Just clear vigilantism at that point. So,
it seemed like damn near minutes after we got that news, we here in Columbus got the news of, I hope I'm saying the name right, Ma'Khia Bryant.
Mm-hmm. I got it at the same time.
It was the same time.
As I'm watching the verdict, it was on Twitter, and I was like, man, damn, they just shot a 15-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm. Canal Winchester, is that correct?
Canal, Pickerington area, that Legion is where it happened. I guess it's considered Pickerington.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because she was the one who called the cops. So obviously she was the one in fear for her life. Mm-hmm. And yet the cops saw the knife in her hand and decided to take action, which is ridiculous.
What actually was it? So like she called the police and then went outside?
Now the girls
she was already outside.
The girls were already at her door saying that they were going to jump her. She called ahead of time. So she was already fighting. She was actively fighting whoever the 2 or 3 were. And that's when she had the knife. It was like, nah, I'm really about to do you in. And was up against the
cop shot her.
So the cop pulled up. My problem is a couple of things. Since that story was released, news has broke about she was in foster care. Her foster mom was aware and was instigating for her to go fight the girls. There were other adults present that were just recording and not really intervening. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There was news that where there's actual video of a cop saying Blue Lives Matter
after everything happened.
Yeah, the whole thing is bad. And then there's plenty of people who have opposing views about what happened that thought it was their place to,
saying comments like she got what she deserved.
Shit like that. Yeah.
It troubles me for a couple of reasons. It's like, okay, I get what you're saying. No, I don't get the part that you're saying that she deserved it. I get that he had to save one life and risk another, but it's like, all right, 4 shots to a 15-year-old girl. 4 shots. It's a bit excessive. You're there to deflect. Okay, say you don't want to run up on her, knock the thing out of her hand. I'm no cop, but you have a taser for a reason.
Let's say there's no other way that you can de-escalate the situation.
Warning shot. There's
I've
a
never
warning
seen
shot.
a cop have a problem with putting the mace to disperse a fight. I've never seen a cop have a problem, even if it even looked like you fighting, spraying the mace to separate somebody.
Yeah.
Amount of times we've been at parties and we've got a pool of mace.
A mace. I've been maced 5 times, and only one of those times it was actually meant for me.
Yeah. All the times this happened to me, it's never been meant for me.
And the one thing it did do was make me get away from the people that they were trying to separate me from.
You are thinking about one thing when you get maced, and that's getting that shit out of your eyes.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, man, obviously there were other measures he could have taken, and we're going to go through this the same way we did with Chauvin. We're going to break this down step by step and try to figure out, okay, what was the protocol here? What were you supposed to do? For damn sure it wasn't hop out your car and put 4 bullets into a young girl. Mm-hmm. So where the fuck did we go wrong here? Mm-hmm. And to have this coupled up with Dante Wright, I thought I was getting my taser after 20 years of working a job. I thought I was pulling on my almost a full pound lighter taser instead of my gun. I'm tired. How long do we have to see examples that are identical to start talking about intentions? Mm-hmm. Like, how long until we stop assuming the best when these people are killing people? Because again, a police officer, for all of you Blue Lives Matter people out there, a police officer is not an executioner. They are not a judge. They're not even a lawyer. They literally do not have the capacity to hand down a judgment in law. So for them to be executing people before they ever get their day in court is nuts. Mm-hmm. And the lengths that you people go to defend killing people before they get their due process is insane.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
Absolutely.
On one hand, you have all these people defending Derek Chauvin and his right to a fair trial. And yet you're literally justifying killing people before they ever even get to their court date, before they've ever been arraigned for any crimes. They get murdered.
Mm-hmm. It's sick. And I also, as a community, and I'm going to just say this, we also have to be accountable for certain things that go on around us.
What you was talking about, that's garbage.
Everybody needs to be recording. At some point, we have to step in because we've heard the story before. The cops get called. The niggas who needed help, and I'm not calling that young girl a nigga, but the people who needed help end up being the ones that get taken. Or because it happened to a friend that I know. He called for help. He's the one who lost his life, not the person that was affecting him. Don't use the example of, she got what she was asking for. No one's asking to be killed. This girl was defending herself. Yes,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So all my Second Amendment holders, if she'd have had a pistol, she'd have been fine. Yeah, if she was Kyle Rittenhouse and she killed 2 fucking people, then we could have created a GoFundMe, right, to get her ass out of jail. But since she only had a knife and she was fighting for her life, she deserved to get shot.
And we just passed the stand your ground law. And this is another thing. Again, I get it. If it was my niece that was going to be a stab victim, I would be furious. Would I want the next girl to be shot?
To be shot? Hell no.
No.
But again, as a community, if we're out there and we're seeing something, stop relying on the law. We've been singing "fuck the police" since before we could.
It's so sad that that's where it's come to, where we can't even call the police for our problems.
We have to bring the control back within our community.
We cannot call the cops and have a reasonable expectation that they are going to provide us safety.
Yeah.
We can't bring in law enforcement into our domestic disputes, into anything that we have going on for fear of it turning on us.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Really ridiculous here because this is the 3rd case within a year.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, again, please, people, when you're saying stuff and doing stuff, be rational. I'm not even going to say be logical. Be rational and be conscious of what you're saying and look at the things from a broader scope and not just one perspective.
I just thought of something. So this will probably be one of the first opportunities for that new community oversight board to be involved with. So this is a good example to see exactly how this is going to work, how this is going to play out. what type of influence that board actually has. Is this a measure that was taken that is strictly performative? This situation right here is going to tell that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Really quickly, I just wanted to see if I could get you guys' thoughts on the anti-Asian bill that just recently passed.
So they're saying that because of COVID-19, Asian hate is on the rise, and now that expedites the review of potential hate crimes because of its relation to COVID. Mm-hmm. As if there wasn't Asian hate in America pre-COVID. Like this type of shit is performative as hell. And if that's what they was expecting to give us, then you can keep that shit.
Honestly.
You can keep that. What the fuck does that even do? Expedite the review? My nigga, how long do you need to look at something to tell whether or not it's hate or not?
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Facts.
Rubbish.
People are going to have to get out of this mentality of being anti-Trump. Of being like trying to create policies that are just counter in nature to what we've experienced in the last 4 years. Just simply doing that, number one, is not going to fix anything. Number two, I think it's a miscalculation in thinking that it's going to get people reelected either. Trump's gone. Mm-hmm. Trump is gone. Yeah. He's not president anymore. You can't run on hating Trump. You can't create policies on hating Trump. And so Trump comes out and he brands the coronavirus, the China virus or whatever. And so now you're creating legislation centered around specific Asian hate relating to COVID-19. Again, as if Asian hate never existed in this country prior to then. Performative.
As hell.
Performative.
Any other thoughts about what's going on this week? Any other stories that we need to discuss?
Hell no.
I think here, the next one is, I can't remember what the guy's name. No.
When is Casey Goodson?
I don't know.
Is it
Adam Coy that was the second one that murdered Andre Hill?
Oh, I don't know the cop. Oh, yes. Yeah,
that's the one that's coming up.
God tells us to be rough with these criminals or whatever. Mm-hmm. That guy.
Yeah, that's the one that's coming up next.
Okay.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this? Go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.